Gentlemen, it's an absolute honour to be joined with you once again. Today we're going to be talking about something that's been spoken about a lot in the grapevine in the continent of Europe as the country of Romania has started discussing the potential of introducing their own golden visa program over the next few years. Now, it must be established right here, right now, that nothing is official yet. Nothing has been approved or confirmed. This isn't in legislation yet. We cannot apply for this yet if we want to. But when we look at the details here, this might actually be a very good counter to the fact that many other European Union golden visas, Portugal comes to mind here, they're starting to die. The Malta citizenship by investment program pretty much collapsed. Austria's hiding about it. They're scared to admit that they sell their passports. They don't want to see it as such a transactional business, even though on paper it might actually be that way, as long as you are the highest bidder, of course. Whereas Romania is talking about introducing a golden visa program. Now, will this be approved over the next few years? Who knows? It's up to the Romanians to decide, and also whether the European Union likes this whole idea or not. But when we look at the details of what they are proposing here, it is actually quite interesting when we compare it to some other golden visa programs, especially in the east of Europe, in the Eastern European Schengen area states, or maybe the Balkan European Union states. Very interesting to compare to, because a lot of people who would be attracted to Romania as a country might also like to know whether Romania might be a better option than maybe Hungary, Poland, a country like that. Now, in regards to the investment requirements, there are actually many strategies that you could do if you want to do this program in the future. And of course, if it does get approved, they're proposing 3 different methodologies that you could do in order to qualify for the golden visa. Many golden visa programs have this actually, where there isn't just one investment route, there are in fact multiple. And if you want to do the Romanian Golden Visa program in the future, you could do it by any of the following. You could invest 400,000 euros at least, that's quite a large amount, into government bonds. Now, you must maintain those bonds throughout the entire residence. So this isn't a thing where you get the bonds, you invest the 400,000 in the bonds, you get your residency approved, and then you sell the bonds the next day. You have to maintain it for your residency period. A lot of countries around the world that have golden visa programs, specifically in Europe as well, they also have the bond option. To me personally, that isn't the most attractive one. They have one for me which is very attractive, which would of course be the real estate option. Again, 400,000 euros invested into real estate property in Romania. Now, 400,000 can get you a lot in Romania, depending upon where you go, of course, but 400,000 goes a long way in Romania, specifically in rural Romania. Now, it might not be very attractive to many people, but in rural areas of Eastern European countries, you always do get larger properties, a larger bang for buck in a way, but also there are downsides to living in sort of rural European territory too. But 400,000 euros invested in a property, and you have to hold on to that property for 5 years. So again, you can't just buy it, get your residency approved, and then sell it the next day. Sell it to the highest bidder so that someone else can qualify for the visa. You have to hold on to it for 5 years minimum. And the third investment route, this again is very common among many European golden visa countries, would be 400,000 euros minimum invested into Romanian companies registered in Romania. That might be relatively attractive for me personally, although Romania doesn't quite excite me with my personal goals, in all honesty. If I would have to choose any of these 3, I would personally go with the real estate one. Because at least that way, the way I think about it is that I can go to a country, I can go to a new country, and also live in my own area. I don't have to worry about a landlord. I don't have to worry about tipping the landlord because I'm such a nice guy. I don't have to worry about that. I'll be my own landlord here, and I only have to worry about the utility costs in a way. So for me, if I would have to do any of these, I would potentially do the real estate option. But in all honesty, Romania just isn't that attractive to me. As a country in general, it wasn't really attractive to me beforehand. Anyway, the only good thing that Romania has in their territory is Kurtush collage, but that was invented by Hungarians anyway, so Romania doesn't really have a lot that necessarily excites me. I'd love to visit one day, but I don't see myself ever living in the country or anything like that. And also, when we compare it to some other European golden visa programs, I won't compare it to Portugal. Portugal's dead. They're talking about increasing their residency requirement. Very bureaucratic, huge backlog. You have to wait years to get approved for all this nonsense. Portugal, I'm not even going to take into considerations here. There are 2 other countries that are both technically Balkan. One of them is geographically Balkan. The other one, I would say, is more culturally Balkan, but they're both in Eastern Europe and Southeastern Europe, respectively. The first one, of course, being Hungary. Hungary has a golden visa program, but so does the country of Greece. Now, I've been to both countries. I have many experiences in both Hungary and Greece. I speak Hungarian and I also speak a little bit of Greek too. And I would say that both of these countries, just as countries in general, are more attractive than Romania. Also, when we take into consideration the pricing, because the Hungarian Golden Visa program, in fact, just as the Greek Golden Visa program, is only going to cost you 250,000 euros. Now, that's still a lot of money. Yes, absolutely. But when we compare that to Romania, that's asking for 400,000 minimum, when you could get a better residency permit in Greece, in Hungary. Now, the only way Romania could necessarily top the cake here is if they were to give a guarantee, if this is approved, if they were to give a guarantee that after 5 years of maintaining this golden visa permit and maybe learning the Romanian language is a Latin language, could be relatively easy for you to learn. If they were to guarantee that after that you could qualify for citizenship, that would take the cake there, because Greek citizenship is very difficult to get. They don't really like to give out citizenship to foreigners who are not of a Greek ethnic background, and Hungarian citizenship is even more difficult to get. These are very heavily gate-kept passports, which does in a way up their value, but otherwise that is also a downside if you're looking to diversify your passport portfolio as well. So the only way I could see Romania ever beating Hungary or Greece in regards to golden visa competition is if they were to give an absolute guarantee that after the 5 years of residency with the golden visa, maybe a couple of years after that, maybe they'll ask for 7 years, that's also fairly natural, but 5 years is the sort of generic amount. They'll say if you learn the language and you haven't committed any crimes and you live here for 5 years minimum, you could qualify for our citizenship. Now, the Romanian passport is a European Union passport, very attractive, Schengen passport now. But there is one major downside to it. Romania, Bulgaria, Cyprus, and Hungary, in a way, Hungary doesn't really have a major problem, but it still has a bit of a problem, although I do anticipate this will get fixed because Donald Trump and Viktor Orban kind of like each other. But Romania doesn't have visa-free or ESTA access to the United States. If you are a Romanian citizen and you want to travel to the US, you have to apply for the generic visa, which is very rare among many European countries. It's only the non-EU, sort of very Eastern European countries that have to worry about this. Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, for example. But Romania, Bulgaria, and Cyprus as well, actually, are also in that list too. I do anticipate in the future they will gain visa-free access to it, but currently they don't have visa-free access to it. Now, if you're coming from a country like the UK, not a major issue. You have ESTA access with your British passport anyway. But it just is worth knowing. A lot of people might get a European Union passport and think they can go anywhere in the world. Not necessarily. Yes, you could go to Australia. You could go to China with your Romanian passport. But the US is that one major country where by not having access to it does take the passport down a peg or two. Let me know what you think about the Romanian Golden Visa program. Do you think it'll be a good option in the future if it is passed into legislation, or would you look elsewhere? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. I'll hopefully see you in the next one. But until then, eternal victory to the free people.